Chapter 1, January, Austin. "He'll see you now, sir," the uniformed airman says as he nods toward Commander Ivan Clark's office door. My boss, the head of the Special Operations Command Unit, summoned me here with an early morning phone call and then made me wait for 2 hours. 2 hours I spent sitting on an uncomfortable couch, back stiff, hands on my thighs, staring straight ahead at the photographs lining the wall behind the airman's desk. I'm in some of them, as are the President, the Vice President, and the Secretary of Defense. Photographs that used to represent the pinnacle of my career. Everything I ever wanted and more. But now, I don't know. Standing, a quick tug on my coat hem smooths away the wrinkles, and I give the younger man a nod of thanks. I shut the door behind me, then march up to the commander's desk, stopping 3 steps away and giving him my best salute before standing at attention, my gaze fixed just over Clark's shoulder. "Pritchard," Commander Clark says, "you weren't due back here for another month." The judgment in his tone doesn't surprise me, nor does his lack of an at-ease command. He's pissed. In his position, I'd probably do the same damn thing. "Sir, I had a family emergency. You'll want to shut your trap before you dig that hole any deeper." "Yes, sir." Clark has the power and every right to end my career, or worse. Leaving my post without warning or permission, going AWOL, especially at my level, was a stupid move, but one I'd make again without hesitation. My sister and my best friend needed me, and if I hadn't dropped everything to go to Venezuela, Trevor might be dead, and Danny, Trev's death would have killed her too. But the real offense, at least from Clark's point of view, engaging with hostiles on foreign soil without orders. If I was seen, recognized, recorded by a single traffic camera, I'll be stripped of everything. My job, my rank, my pension, my freedom. Clark could convene a court-martial with the snap of his fingers. From the look on his face, he just might. "Morales called me. Passed on your vague excuses for disappearing in the middle of the fucking night and not contacting anyone for 3 days. The commander runs a hand through his thinning hair before muttering, "For fuck's sake, Pritchard, at ease." I lock my thumbs behind me and track the commander's movements as he turns to stare out the window at the rain that's been hammering Fort Bragg all morning. "You're one of the best, you know, or were. When I tapped you for JSOC commander, I knew it was the right decision. You wanted more and you deserved it. But now," shaking his head, he says, "I don't know. Maybe you've been riding a desk too long. Fuck." His gray eyes focus on me, and I can see the exhaustion in them. Not much different from the look in my own every morning. "It's like you're trying to get court-martialed. Explain yourself." I can't. Not, and walk out of here a free man. So I settle for pleading my case. "There's still a lot of good I can do here, sir." I don't believe that, not anymore, but it's what I'm supposed to say. All the conversations I've had with Clark over the past year have been full of everything I'm supposed to say. I can be on a flight out before the end of the day to rejoin Morales and the others. "No." Commander Clark leans back in his chair and shakes his head. "You're goddamn lucky you chose your friends wisely, Pritchard. And you better hope there's no fucking evidence you were ever in a foreign country without authorization." "There isn't, sir, because I wasn't." Again, what I'm supposed to say. He's not buying my bullshit, not for a second, but this is the game. "You went rogue," he says, "and I can't have that on my watch. So you're headed to Pakistan. We've set up a dozen Gray Fox listening posts across the country to monitor for terrorist chatter. You'll oversee them until I have some fucking confidence you can do your job and follow orders." I swallow hard and force myself to look him in the eyes. "So I'm out, sir." Clark snorts. "You should be, without question. And if it were up to me, you would be. But the president doesn't want any public churn right now. So, until he's ready, you're going to Pakistan. Officially, you wanted to get back into the field for a few months, to put your finger on the pulse of the men who risk their lives every day. The commander flattens his hands on the desk, and his voice roughens. If you tell anyone otherwise, I will put an end to your career so fast you won't know what hit you. Give me a timeline. I shouldn't say a fucking word. His tone tells me how thin the ice is, but I have to ask. Going to Pakistan without knowing when I'll be back? I can't do it. You're dismissed, Pritchard. Get out of my sight. No amount of anger and frustration can overrule more than 20 years of training, so I shove my feelings down so deep they'll never escape. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Snapping to attention, I execute an about-face, then march calmly out of his office. Pakistan. I'm so fucked. 24 hours later, I'm in fatigues on a military transport plane headed to Pakistan. I didn't call my parents. I couldn't. Dad's going to see right through Clark's manufactured excuse, and I'd rather be halfway around the world when that happens. Steve Pritchard might be over 70, but he doesn't miss a beat. My sister Danny texted me this morning, but I haven't opened the message yet. She doesn't need to deal with my shit right now. Or even worse, be reminded of Gil and his betrayal. She and Trevor need to heal. My parents adopted Danny and Gil when Danny was only 9. When Gil turned on everything, our family, the CIA, his entire fucking country, we lost so much. Hell, he tried to kill me 5 years ago, and last week Danny almost lost Trevor for the second time. The first, they were just kids. This time, I can't even think about what almost happened in Venezuela, at the crypt. I rub my thigh as the plane levels out. The hundreds of cuts Gil used when he captured and tortured me 5 years ago cover my chest like lattice work. But other than the pain and blood loss, none of them were serious. Until he plunged a knife deep into my thigh. I didn't lose any motor function, but it still aches from time to time. A dull pain that won't let me forget how I failed him. Closing my eyes, I can still picture Gil as he was. The boy my parents brought into our house, angry, extremely protective of his little sister, wary, but harmless. We were the same age, in the same class at school, even friends for a short time, or so I'd thought. He and Trevor were closer, but the three of us were practically inseparable for a couple of years. And Danny always tried to tag along. Most times, we even let her. The vision of him as a teenager morphs into what he looked like when he lured me to Caracas on a containment mission, then ambushed my team, killing everyone but me. That day, that first terrible day, when I woke up bound and gagged in an abandoned office building, my brother looming over me, wielding a knife, his face so full of pain and rage there was nothing left of the man I'd once known. "This is all your fault, brother," he says as he twirls the switchblade in his hand. "You could have stopped this." I shake my head so hard the room spins. Gil's been flaunting his crimes to the CIA, the NSA, so many U.S. allies, anyone who will listen. He'll never see the light of day again. That is, if Trevor can do his job. Forcing out a deep breath, I stretch my legs to ease the ache. I could have stopped him. I should have. Because I should have known what he was planning. Maybe down deep I did. "Commander Pritchard, you okay?" The kid next to me looks like he should still be in college, if not high school, except for his eyes, wisdom, intelligence, a healthy dose of cynicism. "Fine. And you are?" "Hargrove. Griffin Hargrove." I give him the once-over, studying his mannerisms, the practiced, casual air, trying to figure out who he is and whether or not I can trust him. "First time in Pakistan?" "Yes, sir." His blue eyes dart around the plane before he clears his throat. "I'm on your security detail, sir." Great. And he's never been to one of the most dangerous regions in the world? This is going to be one hell of a clusterfuck. Clearly, I do a piss-poor job hiding my displeasure because Hargrove rushes to continue. I'm the junior member, sir. I spoke to the team leader this morning, and he's been in Islamabad for 2 years now. So is the rest of the team. Well, that's something, at least. Good to know, Hargrove. Griff, no one but my SSO calls me Hargrove. He offers me a sheepish smile. Always makes me feel like I'm about to be singled out in front of the class. I arch a brow. CIA? Yes, sir. My previous posting was in Afghanistan, and I speak some Urdu. Offering him a firm handshake, I force all thoughts of Gil from my mind. This mission might be punishment, but it's one I deserve. If I wallow too much in my own misery, I'll put this kid and the others working with me, for me, at risk, and that's unacceptable. Let's hope the next few months are uneventful, I say, regaining some of the composure and authority I lost in Venezuela. Fake it till you make it. One of Dad's favorite sayings. Time to put it into practice.
You can listen to the rest of the book in the Tempt Romance audiobooks app, available on the App Store and Google Play. The link to the book is in the description. Discover even more bestsellers and exclusive stories updated weekly, only in Tempt Romance audiobooks.